As part of securing the Linux web server, you're going to want to disable USB sticks so that nobody can tamper with the system in any way by installing a USB stick and inflicting harm or attempting to gain access to the system in any way. To do this, you create a file in the etc modprobe.d directory. Call the file no-USB, no-USB, and in this file, put the following line. And with that in there, after the next time you reboot, if you attempt to stick a USB stick in your system, it will be ignored by the system. It will never pick it up again until you remove this file from the system. This is a great way to disable all USB sticks from the system without harming any other peripherals such as keyboards or USB devices. These devices will still work, but USB sticks will not. You also want to get rid of FTP from the system. It is very unsecure and it actually passes usernames and passwords over the network as plain text, and this can be very damaging to your system if anybody's watching the traffic that's going by. So to counter this, if you need to move files, I would suggest you use SFTP, or Secure File Transfer Protocol. In order to ensure that FTP is not used on the system, we should remove it from the system altogether. That can be done with Yum. It's already gone. And in order to use SFTP, it's the same exact syntax as you're used to with FTP. And system name. And of course it won't go anywhere because that is a made-up address, but that's how you would SFTP. And that encrypts your password as it goes across the network so that it cannot be sniffed out. And even if it is, it's an encrypted password, so it's pretty much useless to anybody that can see it. As an added level of security, I have created a executable script that can run on the system that will kick off users who you don't want to be on the system. The executable I created is in the bin directory, and you can do something similar to this as well to help fortify the security on your system. This is a simple shell script that I created, and it gathers the host name of the system, touches the file in temp, and then it runs a simple PS, and it greps for people who are not on this list. Joe Admin, the admin of this station, is not on the list. Takes all the people it finds, or processes it finds, that are not one of these, and sorts it and dumps it into a file. And when that's done, it runs a simple loop on the file, getting each name out of the file, and it grabs that name out of the password file to get the email address of the person who is the offending login user, and it sends a mail to the person and CCs the administrator, telling them that they are not authorized to be on the system. Then does a PS, looks for all of the processes owned by the user who is in violation, and kills all of their logins, and then removes itself. This is a check just to make sure it runs on the same system. So you can add something like this to your own system and set up a simple cron tab to run every single minute and kick those people off the system. That can be done with the cron tab. You can run it for every minute of every hour of every day of every month and every day of the week. And you've just secured a cron tab that will run every single minute and kick users off of the system who aren't supposed to be there. This comes in quite handy. It's important that you understand what ports are open on your server to ensure that the proper ones are listening and any extra ports that are open are closed so that you don't leave yourself open to a security risk. To see the ports that are open on your system, you can type netstat-lnptu, and this will list all of the ports that are open on your system, show you the protocols that they're run under, TCP here for most of the listening ones, and this is the port number, and the port numbers are always at the end here. These are all the different port numbers, and you can see as in port number 80 is associated with the HTTP program, and it is running under PID 1477. 22 is SSHD, and SendMail and some of the other ones that need to be open for your system. If you see any here that are open for any other reason, you would want to close them down as soon as possible to avoid any kind of security risk.